big up, it's your man Light Pop again. And always subscribe to the YouTube channel and we'll talk about what's happening for the day. Don't worry too much. Just always subscribe. But I'll talk about politics today.
Yeah, you were talking about giving your vote. If you would give your vote, you will have 3 people in mind.
Yeah.
So this is Halifa Sallah, Dr. Ismaila Ceesay, and Yali Bachiri.
Yeah, including Sidia Jatta because they're the party.
Yeah.
I have got faith.
PDOIS.
PDOIS, yeah.
So that's what you were talking about. You were saying that you think the 3 of them, when they come together,
Yeah.
they would make a good team,
Yeah.
and that they would be able to think about the next generation of kids. That's
Yeah.
what you want them to do.
That's what I want them to do.
The next generation, because that's what politics is about. You don't think about yourself,
Yeah.
but you think about what you can do for your kids and grandkids to better their future.
Yeah. That's what I want. So, but there's also other parties in Gambia that I haven't mentioned, like UDP. As much as they got so much support, I've also got leadership problem in UDP, which is their party leader. I have got a problem about his management of the party and also how he gives his speech, and the next minute later coming back and speaking something different, completely different, that he forgot what he said in the past. 10 minutes ago you said something and then, now you come down and say something completely different about it. And also when he was employed in the government, when he was released from prison and he came down and he was employed from the government, he later started as a minister of something, which I can't remember, and then he was a foreign minister, and then he later became the vice president of the Republic of the Gambia. Even though all that has happened, he was in power, working with the government. There was a time whereby he then noticed that things weren't going right with him and the president, because even us that live abroad, we were not there, we here with him. There was a chance for him to rectify his mistake by handing over himself to resign from the job before he got reached to a place whereby how he embarrassed himself. I think what happened to me is an embarrassment. He got the chance to resign and resignation before everything has started, before he even get to where it is now. So now also I really have got issue with the UDP. I don't have a problem with the party itself, but I have a problem with the leadership. I think they should change the leadership of UDP and bring somebody younger.
Yeah. So what does this look like here? If Dr. Ceesay becomes UDP next leader, what do you think about that?
I will still.
If Dabo steps down,
Yeah.
or Dabo becomes an advisor
For Dr. Ceesay.
for Dr. Ceesay, and Dr. Ceesay becomes UDP leader, what does that picture look like?
A picture looks like to me, if that's what happened, I will congratulate Dabo for giving chance to the youngest to lead. If you get to a stage whereby you're old, sit down and lead, so experience, I will congratulate him for that. I will think he's done the best.
It might gain him some respect.
He will gain more respect to himself than looking for the
So
presidency.
what do you think about Ahmad Ba
I think Ahmad Bat's not qualified to be
and
lead.
his recent things that he said?
I think Ahmad Ba, in time of my observation, in time of politics in Gambia, and in time of knowing that somebody like that is our role model, we keep somebody like that to stay with us, and lead us and guide us. I don't think he's fit enough to be in office. This is my opinion. Nobody's opinion. Your opinion can be something that I don't think, due to my experience now, I don't think Ahmad Ba is experienced enough to be in the Gambian politics or even leading the Gambian people.
So what he's in parliament, so you don't think that you think he's not fit to be in parliament?
I don't think he is fit to be in parliament. I don't think he's even disciplined. I think discipline is really important. I don't think the man is not even disciplined.
I was speaking to a friend of mine that you know today called Musa Wadi.
Yeah.
He told me that he went to Senegal and spoke in Senegal that it's the Senegalese that are the thieves in Gambia. What is your take on that?
I think that's an embarrassment for the Gambian the public, and I also should apologize to the Senegalese government that we are very sorry for our minister to come to your country and speak like that. I think that's an embarrassment and lack of discipline.
Yeah, lack of diplomacy.
And also, if that is even happening, you don't go and speak like that.
It's going to cause controversy.
As a representative of our people, we send you to go and represent us with good words and good manners. And so the people that we are country that neighbors with you, we are for one family with you. You don't go and insult them. To me, it's an insult, and it's also been disrespectful to the people. We apologize for it.
That's true. So you would vote for UDP, even though I know you are against UDP now, but you vote for UDP if Davo gives power to someone like Ismail Assise, or if they did a coalition with Hamad Saleh.
With Ahmad Ba. With Ali Fasal.
Ali Fasal, yeah.
It's not even about the coalition. It's not also given about giving the position to Dr. Ismail Assise, even though he's young. Because they are not in the same party, so I'm not expecting him to step back and have a coalition and give him power. I'm also expecting that in UDP there's lots of youth in UDP, educated youths that are fit enough to run our country, which I don't know, but it could be. In any 1,000, there must be somebody very smart there. So I expect UDP is a very big party. I expect them to look around and give chance to the youngsters who can build our country, people that can work in team. Because everybody was talking about Yajam. I was growing up in the middle of where Yajam. We wanting off that much. It's gone. It's no longer there. Nothing is moving. This is the guy that stopped everything moving. Is no longer there. How come stuff is still not moving? Somebody like him is there then.
Corruption.
Somebody who's doing exactly like he's done. Probably he's even done much more than what whoever's there now. It's nothing is moving. We get rid of somebody that we all for is doing bad. We brought somebody that we all for is gonna do good. He ain't doing good. He ain't leading Gambia to nowhere.
Right.
We will talk about hospitals and we will talk about schools. We will talk about private sectors. We will talk about our fisheries and stuff like that.
Give your advice. What's your advice to Gambian politicians? What is it that it's in your mind that you think they should focus on?
I think Gambian politicians should come to power when they come to power and when they get to that place.
Yeah, we will get to that bit. What do you think is what's important to you, and you think is important to the Gambian poor people that the governments or the politicians today, if these politicians were sitting here today, what would you tell them?
I will tell them give the people what they need. Give us hospitals, give us education, give us drinking water, give us healthcare, give us food, give us what we need. That's why we were stood behind you and voted for you to be in here. There was a reason why we believe on you. We believe on you. What you told us, we believe on you. So we voted for you to be here. Look after us like how you look after your own kid and your own self. Eat whatever you eat. Make sure I eat that. If you woke up in the morning with breakfast, make sure I had breakfast and lunch, same as you. Wherever you sleep nice, if you sleep comfy, make sure I sleep comfy as well. If you drink fresh water and clean water, make sure I do as well.
And what would you tell them that they should do for the villages?
I think that all the villages
in the provinces.
It shouldn't be called a village anymore.
Right.
I think it shouldn't be called a village anymore because we all should be equal. We have got the money, we have got the natural resources, we have got everything, but it's going on one-sided. Why is it going on one-sided? Why you been evil? Why you been greedy? What's wrong with you? Why are you saving $1 million in your account when somebody else sat next to you has got nothing in his account? I think it's greedy. I think they should stop being greedy and just stop being selfish.
Okay, next question. You know, in England here, when you call an ambulance, we tell you it's guaranteed. If it's a real emergency, the ambulance will be with you within 10 minutes. Yeah?
Yes.
Would you like to introduce, what would you tell the politicians in Gambia about that? That you should be able to pick up your phone and say, my wife's pregnant, she's about to give birth, and I need help.
Yeah.
Rather than a donkey and a cat to take your wife to the hospital, how about the ability for you to be able to make a phone call, an emergency phone call, and then you get that help? That's where the welfare comes in.
I think now in 2020s, if that is happening in any country, which is still happening, every leader of that country should be taken out of his office and put to jail. That's what I think. Every leader in the office should be taken out of your office and put to jail for why a pregnant woman has been taken to the hospital with on a donkey,
Donkey and cat.
right. I said that should be.
That's in 2020, man.
It shouldn't happen. It's happening in my country where I was born at. It shouldn't happen there. And I think they should be torn. All the leaders there should be taken to prison because they are not right.
Okay.
And also I think in every constitution in Gambia, yeah, should be a proper running, functioning hospital with all the facilities intact, all the medication intact. Every single hospital in Gambia. And the staff should be looked after and paid well. And I think that. And I think how we can do that by every single ministry, government worker, when you finish work, pay for your own bloody travel cost to get home. Don't use our government vehicles.
What about school transport?
That's where we're coming from. Kids are struggling to get to school. They woke up in the morning and stood in the road for about an hour to get a lift to go to school. While the ministers just get to school work late and he's got public transport. He's got our government, our people's money that we're paying for our tax. We bought a car and gave it to him, he get to work late. Well, our school can get to school, our kids can go to school. They can't get to school in time.
Good question.
You know what I mean? So I think these people, every single ministry site, every single government worker should be paying for your own public transport, pay for your own transport to get home because you earn enough money to pay for your own car. So pay for your own car. We will give you 1 or 2 security. We're not in a violent country whereby people are going to attack you and kill you on the road. So we will give you 1 or 2 police cars to guide you. On Monday, on Friday when you finish work, leave your car at work. Your car can only pick you to your next meeting and bring you back, but it don't reach to your house. Your car can never reach your house. And if you're going on a tour in Gambia, I don't pay you on no bonus because you are in your own country, you tour in your own country. Why would I pay you bonus for $10,000 a day? When RVH is there, Edward Small Teaching Hospital is there, there's no medication.
And when they fly, it's hundreds of thousands.
For hundreds of thousands, Barrow's just been traveling around the world here with a plane. You were talking about 100,000. Can you fuel a plane with 100,000? It's more than 100,000 to fuel a plane and land it on somebody else's airspace.
No, I mean just per person.
Per person. They travel with their own passengers.
Right, yeah.
And to fuel that and get that to where they're going, and fuel it to come back to where they're coming, and the space where they're going to land on, the tax they're going to pay to there,
Accommodation
where they're going to sleep, food, the security,
Yep. It all adds up.
Huh? What? When the president come out of State House, the president only have to come out of the State House gate. From there, he stood there, all the way to where he's going, corner, is all poor.
They're driving.
He is driving with a body armor car, armor car, with all the convoy. That convoy that day from he leave State House to Koina, that convoy, the money that he spent on that convoy,
Sure.
the money that he spent there will build you 20-story building house in Gambia. So anytime the president travels, think about it. How much Gambians are losing, how much Gambians are dying. These hotels they're sleeping abroad, how much Gambians are losing from that. President Barola Haftano ma Barola Haftano, yeah? Akamindu. Na yo wapi bi. What's Haftano sang more 10 be Gambia. Imor. Abe Haftano tana more 10 be para konton si manda sa Medila 1 week. Mo kilo ngala Haftano ala sama man na follow. Ala karabanjio man na follow. Ala montura min sita bulo man na follow. What the fuck?
They live life like when you can see.
This is why this guy keeps saying, this guy called King Pata keeps saying, Gambian atol nyom pansun jawol deke. Muna ike fang sepu murora. Iman lo mo e sepu murora, fang ke fang sepu murora. Fanjao. Ike fang jawe, ike fang so murora. Why? Ibe siria nyimbe kuntali atri ko kekera. Abe bunda kidola, abe tulo busala every day nyapot. Nako e sorry, kai okay, it's no problem. I nako I will e tulo busa. Ako e sorry. Ika okay, no problem. Why? Because of man's salary. I mean, you can say it. I'm more down. I mean, Kuluba Dara, I didn't know because man's salary so general. Do you know how bad is it? Gambians are suffering. RVH, Edward Small, Francis Small Teaching Hospital. I had there's no medication. There's no medication.
There's nothing. It's empty.
Eh? Iten iko eko karili yelo banta dong. Iko ala cousin hanana wala adungo fela ala dingo la yelota. Ite man fa na adungo be ka yele kin ngolta.
Yeah.
Masenti ke min ka de ko nyin nay yelo man ke kilin. Ibaja mol bitay ka sulen, musol bitay ka sulen yelo ka boy lalo. Ke wol ka ray ka ta ka mo re dai kala ka mo de yelo. E aja dem yele kensen. Ite buka long. Bori de kere. According to who else was talking. My friend was killed. Yeah, so yeah, some hospital banta do nekala. And only the outside bit was stitched. The inside bit, I don't give a shit about that because they can't see it. I don't blame the nurse who did it. He or her can't get in there.
Yeah, the instruments are not there.
You know what I'm saying?
To figure out what's
In time of schools, somebody was saying, who was saying, I watched one of the programs on TV, on YouTube, one of the guys was saying, in the whole Gambia, there's no school that's been built, there's no primary nurses school. Dr. Caesar said it. There's no government nurses school in the Gambia.
Yeah, there's no.
All the nurses schools are private sectors.
I know that.
So if I come to your house, I bought your living room, I bought your kitchen, I bought your hallway, I bought everything. And you're on a bedroom. You can't speak when you come to that kitchen or living room. You shut your mouth because it's not yours. That's why they can't say anything about school. That's why our kids are educated. Hey?
Yeah.
It's mad. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is my life Bob. That's the topic of today. Thank you very much. And anything, leave comments and anything, we will get back to you. Thank you very much for listening to that. That's my life Bob.